We are terrified of the crack. We live in a world of digital glass, smooth, perfect, and entirely fake. We scroll through lives that look like magazine covers. We compare our raw, unfiltered reality to someone else's carefully curated highlight reel. We have been taught that to be valuable, we must be flawless. We hide our mistakes, we bury our failures, we paint over our scars. We spend our energy constructing elaborate masks, pretending we have it all together, pretending we've never stumbled, pretending the weight we carry is somehow lighter than it really is. But in the Stillness Smithy, we know a secret that the world has forgotten. A blade that has never been tested in the fire is not a blade. It is just a piece of metal. Decorative, fragile, untested. It has no story, and therefore it has no soul. The sword hanging on your wall may look impressive, but the sword that has seen battle, that has been chipped and resharpened, that has defended what matters, that is the blade with honor. In 15th century Japan, a great shogun sent a broken tea bowl to be repaired. This was no ordinary bowl. It was a treasured piece used in sacred tea ceremonies. But it had fallen. It had shattered. When it came back, it was held together by ugly metal staples. It was functional, but it was hideous. The repair had saved the bowl, but destroyed its beauty. The Japanese artisans decided they could do better. They understood something profound. Instead of trying to hide the cracks, they chose to celebrate them. They developed a new technique. They used a special lacquer mixed with powdered gold, sometimes even platinum or silver. They carefully filled every crack, every fracture, every broken seam. They called it Kintsugi, golden joinery. And here's what they realized, something that would echo through centuries. A broken object, once repaired with gold, is more beautiful and more valuable than it ever was when it was new. The crack was no longer a sign of failure. It was not something to be ashamed of or hidden away. It was the proof of a life lived, the evidence of survival, the testimony of resilience. Those golden veins running through the ceramic, they told a story that perfection never could. Most of you listening today feel broken. You feel the cracks of a failed career, the scars of a lost relationship, the fragments of a dream that didn't come true. Maybe you've declared bankruptcy. Maybe you've been through a divorce. Maybe you buried someone you loved. Maybe you fought addiction and lost, more than once. You are trying to hide these pieces. You think they make you less than. You think if people really knew your story, the whole story, they would respect you less, love you less, want you less. But listen to the smith. The crack is where the gold goes. In the forge, we do not throw away the iron that bends. That would be wasteful. That would be foolish. No, we study why it bent. We identify the weakness, and then we reheat it. We add more carbon. We fold it. We hammer it harder. We make it stronger at the exact point where it failed. Your failures are not the end of your story. They are the interruption that makes your story worth telling. They are the melted gold that will hold your future together, stronger than it ever was before. The entrepreneur who has never failed doesn't understand risk. The person who has never had their heart broken doesn't understand love. The leader who has never made a devastating mistake doesn't understand the weight of their decisions. Your scars are not your shame. They are your credentials. You don't need a perfect life. You need a forged life. Stop comparing your inside to everyone else's outside. Stop measuring your chapter 3 against someone else's chapter 20. They are showing you the glass, the polished surface, the filtered image, the performance. I am showing you the iron, the raw material, the honest struggle, the real work, the person who has suffered and survived and learned is more dangerous than the person who has never been tested. Not dangerous in the way that harms, but dangerous in the way that builds. Dangerous in the way that refuses to quit. Dangerous in the way that knows their own strength. Because the person with the golden scars knows exactly how much they can endure. They've been to the edge and stepped back. They've been broken and reassembled. They've felt the hammer and survived the fire. You are not broken. You are being refined. Every setback is adding carbon to your character. Every failure is teaching you what doesn't work, which is just as valuable as knowing what does. Every crack is creating space for gold. Tonight, before you close your eyes, look at your scars, not with shame, but with the pride of an artisan. Look at what you've survived. Look at what didn't destroy you. Look at the proof that you're still here, still fighting, still building, still becoming. Stop trying to be new. Stop chasing some mythical version of yourself that has never failed, never hurt, never broken. Start trying to be whole. Start accepting every part of your journey, the victories and the defeats, because wholeness includes the cracks. One day, time will leave you. Make sure it leaves knowing that every crack in your soul was filled with gold. Welcome back to the Forge,